Hey everybody, and welcome to Chat from the Engineering Desk. What we have here today is my humidity and temperature sensor, which lives outside the bedroom window and reports temperature and humidity from outside via an MKR 1010 to Arduino IoT. The problem is that it's not been reporting humidity correctly, and see this problem over here. I wonder if that doesn't have something to do with it. Wildlife got in. I can't actually see contamination on the sensor. It's a DHT11. It either reports no humidity or full humidity, nothing in between, and it's random. So this rubber block was once upon a crime, a silicon mold for casting urethane parts into. But right now it is a very nice place. So you can see it was an enclosure. It's a nice place to hold my sensor. This is heavy, so while we're at it, we might as well clean it. Some good old IPA and water. Get that schmutz off it. And make it presentable. Probably boring the heck out of you guys. What have you been up to this week? You should comment down below if you've got an interesting story to tell. I'd like to hear it. For me, it's just a normal, regular week at work. Nothing exciting. Nothing good or bad. Saving the usual fun. So, set that aside somewhere. What I have as a replacement is this. SHT31. I've played with this in the past, flashed it up, not a bad sensor. So what we need to do is get some of this stuff, put it on my sponge. So we must solder an extra wire in, because the DHT11 is one wire, but this is 4 wire because it's R²C. So let's remove this, which is the power supply. Bring this in. solder it. Actually, you almost can see that. Some solder. I hope that the swamp cooler I've got going in the background is not making too much noise. But if I don't do that, I'll roast. Currently we are in the middle of a heat wave, and also sans electricity, so I'm running on inverter type of power, which means I can't use air conditioning. So let's start off. Readjusting this. So I can get this soldered. I'm not going to deepen it. Just going to solder it as it is. It's pretty much going to become a sort of a permanent installation. If one does ever want to make use of the pins, just deepen it. Simple as that. So let's see, VN and ground on the first two pins. So let's make that one. Blue wire the ground. And let's see what we can do about this cable. I'm feeding the phone power off the PC, and I want a cable draped that way, or had. It's been moved. Pretty hard. Oh, there's the problem. Got this thing set to 100 million lava. Now, pick a wire. Let's make the clock yellow. Then we're going to need another wire. We happen to have lots of. Let's go for green. I like using yellow and green. Just steal one. No. Let's use this one. both ends tinned. And then we can sort out how we're going to wire it up. Ice grade C. So do that. What I want to do, solder it onto one of these pair pins. Like so. I'm going to install it here. That is a literal solder joint. Let's try that. On years I did it, it didn't look right. Kind of better. It'll do. Then he needs to go into the breadboard. This is not a precision metrology instrument. So that can go there. That's not volts. VCC. So what we need, take that pull up out. We don't need 2 pull-ups for the ice grade C. Some 2K2s. Let's see what we got here in the little collection. Bingo. Okay, do. Because it's a tri-state line that can be pulled down from either side. When it's in a floating state, it needs to be pulled up by pull-up resistor. And because we are using the digital analog inputs, those digitals, they don't have very strong pull-ups like 100K. And as soon as your lines start getting a little long like these, you want capacitance. And then your ice grid signal goes guts, starts to become waffy. Let's put that back. So remember that, children, kiddies, Remember your pull-ups. Okay, now I need to see how that works. I'm going to put up the paperwork and then we'll carry on with wiring this. Back in a moment. So, after a lot of faffing around, this is working. As you can see, I had another one out the box, and this always takes time, but now we're back and it's working. So that's the wiring set up. This is doing its job. It is ready to go back in here, or not. I'll have to make it smaller. So what we do, unplug this, trim that off. Need these things as always. Let's see if we can yeah, it wants to go in there. So what we're going to do is carefully install it like that, all the way, like so. There you go. Then we'll bring back our rubber paperweight. Gotta be careful of that. And say things like that turns into dad jokes. I won't explain that. Not here, this is a family channel. So redo that. Very good. And then you need to do, pull on all of these wires like so and shove it in there, and let's see, it's pretty far up. Not sure how much that you can see. It's sort of halfway up. Let's leave it like that. And what I'm going to do, plug that back in. What it should do is report that it's connected, and yes, it's reporting that it's connected. What I now need to do is get you guys onto the PC so that you can see what I did on the PC side. So let's see you over there by the PC. Just a moment. Alrighty, welcome back. So this is what the dashboard looks like. What's nice is that we're now getting the temperature and humidity being read back in tenths. We got higher resolution. The other nice thing is that we're now getting accurate humidity as well. We're still inside the house, so that's the temperature inside, that is the humidity inside. Now on this graph over here, let's just turn my little dot on for you. I'll show you what the problem is. It was displaying, and there we go, either nothing or everything. There's no in between, which is obviously not of much use to me. I want to know what the relative humidity is outside. Now currently I've got AC running inside, and I've got an evaporative cooler, a swamp cooler for even more cooling, running inside and pointed at me to try and stay cool in here, because it is phenomenally hot outside, having a terrific heat wave. Now let's have a look at the code. So what I did is, here in the editor, I removed dht.h. I commented that out. There's some superfluous stuff over here, but the important thing is you tell it about the SHT31. You then need to, for debugging, enable serial comms, turn the sensor on at address 44 over here. Heater's enabled, but we're not going to use it. It's got a built-in heater that enables measurements close to 100% humidity. You can turn that on or off. We won't be bothering with that. I can probably show you what it looks like. Yeah, if you're using the heater, you would enable heater or disable it. It's using the exclamation mark, so it's toggling it. So I've got the heater off at this stage. What I'm doing is I'm just reading the temperature back from the sensor, read temperature coming back as T, read humidity coming back as H. Arduino Cloud update. Those are variables that I'm using. Those are old, but you would have temperature and humidity. That's something I'm also not using. I had a soil moisture probe in the thing. If I were to can how do I display the thing? Dashboard, device, Come internet. Please. Alright, we want this. And I'm on the free subscription, so currently we don't have over the update. Those are my two variables. I want those two coming in. There's your values. So if I go back to where we were previously, settings, that's where it comes in. So I've got it set from -10 to +40. That's the range that we expect here. Temperature in degrees C is a description. Linked variable, so wind angle is our linked variable. Okay. Yes, if you want to rearrange things, so arrange widgets like so. The mobile layout, that's how it appears on my mobile device. For some reason that's all the way at the bottom. Huh. Oh, hang on, what is that? Arrange widgets. So that fixes that problem. Oh, very good. Back to desktop layout. There's our values. Why has that font become so small? What have we done? What we do? Done. Hang on. Desktop layout. Arrange widgets. There we go. Very good. In fact, no reason I can't display the slider like that, or not. That doesn't have a slider. Done. Edit with settings. Humidity. Depends how you add the widget. If you add it only as a numerical, then it looks like that. If you want a slider, then you get that. So vertical, horizontal. There we go. So now I can return this to outside and we can have decent readings again. So that's what's happened in the last hour. Obviously there I was handling it. That's why it appears to have been a bit warmer. And that over there is where it settled after me handling it. Now if you go for the paid subscription, you can get a lot more data, historical data. I'm on the free version, so I've got 1 day of data. So that's what I'm getting. But it's nice to have it up and running again. I can go stick it outside again. And we can carry on. So, thank you very much for joining me here today. Different, long-winded, fiddly. But I hope it was interesting and that you learned something out of it. And I thank you for being here. So take care, ladies and gentlemen. Have an awesome day further. And